Welcome to my channel. Today, we're stepping into a heartbreaking story, a story that begins with hope and ends in unspeakable betrayal. Imagine building a new life in a foreign land, chasing a dream, only to have it destroyed by the person you trusted the most. Let's dive deep into the haunting case of Ejaz Ahmad. Have you ever wondered how much trust is too much trust? How far would you go to help someone you love, even if it costs you everything? Ejaz Ahmad was a man filled with hope. Born and raised in Pakistan, he was a dutiful son who promised his dying mother that he would build a better life. That promise brought him to the United States, to Memphis, Tennessee, a land he believed would offer new beginnings, a land where hard work paid off. And it did. Ejaz opened a successful gas station business, earning respect in the community. But while his professional life blossomed, his personal life was missing something: companionship. That's when Leah Ward came into the picture. She was everything Ejaz wasn't. Troubled, impulsive, battling a long history of drug addiction and brushes with the law. But Ejaz believed in redemption. He thought he could help her heal. He thought love could fix what was broken. In 2001, despite warnings from friends and family, Ejaz married Leah. He hoped their bond would transform her life and his. But what started as hope quickly turned into a nightmare. Soon after the marriage, Leah's erratic behavior worsened. She abused drugs, spent money recklessly, and frequently argued with Ejaz. Yet he stayed patient, believing that loyalty and kindness could turn things around. What Ejaz didn't know was that Leah had a sinister plan growing inside her, one that would end in horror. By May 2003, things had reached a boiling point. Leah had fallen deeper into addiction. She saw Ejaz not as a partner, but as an obstacle, and more importantly, as a financial opportunity. One fateful day, inside the home they once shared, Leah brutally attacked Ejaz. She didn't just kill him, she executed him with a cruelty that shocks even the most hardened detectives. She shot him, stabbed him multiple times, and horrifyingly decapitated him. Then, with chilling coldness, she wrapped his body in plastic and dragged it to a shed behind their house. For days, Ejaz's family grew desperate. He hadn't shown up for work. His phone went unanswered. His son and former mother-in-law decided to visit his home. There, behind the shed, hidden like discarded garbage, they found what no loved one should ever have to see: Ejaz's lifeless, mutilated body. The shock ripped through the community. Who could have done something so monstrous? But as the investigation unfolded, the answer became heartbreakingly clear. Leah confessed. She claimed it was self-defense, but the brutality of the crime told a different story. It was greed. It was rage. It was betrayal. In court, the evidence against Leah was overwhelming. The jury didn't take long to deliberate. She was convicted of first-degree murder and sentenced to life in prison. Appeals came and went, but justice had spoken. Yet for Ejaz's family, no sentence could ever undo the loss, the betrayal, the horror of trusting someone who turned out to be a predator. Detailed safety and awareness tips. If Ejaz Ahmad's story shook you, then take this next part seriously, because it might just save a life. Behind every shocking crime like this are subtle signs that go unnoticed, ignored, or explained away. So let's talk about real safety. 1. Don't romanticize fixing people. It's noble to help others, but relationships aren't rehab centers. If someone has a long history of substance abuse, violence, or manipulative behavior, love alone won't change them. Healing must come from within, with professional help, not from a partner's sacrifice. 2. Watch for emotional exploitation. Leah Ward used Ejaz's kindness against him. She gained his trust by playing the victim. Be cautious if someone always positions themselves as helpless but refuses actual help or therapy. Manipulators often prey on empathetic people. 3. Past behavior predicts future risk. Leah had a criminal history. This doesn't mean every person with a rough past is dangerous, but it does mean you need to take history seriously. Consistent patterns of deceit, violence, or addiction should never be brushed aside in the name of love or optimism. 4. Listen to friends and family. Ejaz's friends and family warned him, when multiple people express concern about your partner, it's worth stepping back and reevaluating. Outsiders often see red flags we're too close to notice. 5. Be wary of sudden dependence. Was someone financially or emotionally independent before, but suddenly becomes completely dependent on you? It might not be love. It might be a setup. Control often hides behind need. 6. Learn to spot the manipulator's pattern. Classic tactics include guilt tripping when you set boundaries, isolating you from loved ones, love bombing followed by periods of intense anger, shifting blame for every problem. If you see this cycle, don't ignore it. 7. Keep personal and financial independence. Even in committed relationships, having your own money, documents, and emergency contacts gives you a layer of security. Total dependence makes it harder to leave when things go wrong. 8. Trust your gut, especially around violence. If you ever feel afraid around someone, even once, take it seriously. Fear is your body's built-in alarm system. You don't need proof to leave. You need safety. 9. Document everything. If arguments escalate or threats are made, even verbal, write it down. Save texts, emails, voicemails. If it ever comes to court, your notes may be critical. 10. Leave at the first sign of danger. The most dangerous time in abusive relationships is when the victim tries to leave. That's why early exit is safer than waiting until things escalate. Reach out to local domestic violence hotlines. Plan your exit with help. Never confront a violent partner alone. Remember, kindness is a virtue, but blind trust can be fatal. If someone shows you who they are, believe them the first time. And if you're ever unsure, talk to a therapist, a trusted friend, or a support group. Silence and isolation are where abusers thrive. Speak, reach out, and stay alert. If this story touched you, please share it. Someone out there might be living a similar nightmare, and your share might be their wake-up call. And please subscribe for more true stories that don't just tell what happened, but also how to stay safe from it ever happening again. And maybe that's the haunting lesson of Ejaz Ahmad's story. Sometimes the people we try hardest to save are the ones who destroy us. Sometimes, even the purest heart can't fix a broken soul. If you were in Ejaz's shoes, would you have seen the warning signs? Or would you have believed, like he did, that love could heal anything? Thank you for spending this time with me. If you found this story as moving and thought-provoking as I did, don't forget to subscribe for more stories that dig deep into the human experience. Until next time, stay safe and trust wisely.